El Clasico is over. Real Madrid came out victorious against Barcelona at the Santiago Bernabeu. How are you doing, Hamisu? Welcome on board. After Barcelona trashed you guys the whole of last season, you guys are finally. Let me say, I will not call this revenge, but you guys have taken one from them. Like you've given Hansi Flick and El Clasico a taste of El Clasico defeat. So
exactly.
But he was not on the touchline today, Sha, but
he wasn't.
He lost. But before the game, I heard that Yamal went and he was saying some kind of things in the podcast. So I don't know if that was why you guys attacked him after the game.
Yeah, I think before the game, there was this, so many journalists, like should I say, Madrid football analysts, were talking about how the El Clasico used to be before. When you are playing El Clasico, you see bodies flying around. You see the emotions, you see the tension and everything. Not just El Clasico, all derby matches, Madrid derby matches, you see those tensions. But in the Atletico Madrid match, the match was kind of, you see Adagula was trying to gist with the Atletico player, they were doing all touchy, and it pissed off so many people. So that, I think so the Madrid fans in general, they were waiting for a trigger. They were waiting for something that would push them to push the team to let's go back to those El Clasico days. You have to fight, you have to come out, and then suddenly from out of nowhere, Yamal just came out and started saying rubbish. That we used to steal, that we are stealing our victories and all these stuffs like that. So, and I think apart from that, coming into the game, just like you said, we lost 4 El Clasicos last season. 4 El Clasicos last season. So I think the players had that at the back of their minds. And also we lost woefully to Atletico Madrid. So, there's this, and there's also pressure on Xabi Alonso because so many people, so many of the fans, so many people are not yet convinced with him as the manager. They are still seeing him as if he's just been lucky. I think I even made a video about that. People are seeing it as somebody that is untested or something like that. So, and this El Clasico, everybody is looking forward to it. Those ones that are against Xabi Alonso, they're waiting for maybe a draw or a lose to attack him or something like that. And then here's the result. So the overall performance of the entire team was okay, even though I didn't like how we were kind of sluggish in the second half.
Yeah, second half, you guys decided to sit and wait for Barcelona to hit on you guys. But another thing again, I want us to talk about. Me, I'm not really a fan of Vinicius. I don't like that guy. What Vinicius did, it doesn't make any sense. I've said it and I've continued to say it on this channel. If you have a problem with a manager, don't show him on the pitch. Meet him in his office. I will continue to say that thing. Meet him in his office. Alonso is the person in charge. If he decides to take you off, let him take you off. Because it's El Clasico, you came on, you're forming, okay, did you even perform more than Mbappe in the game? I don't think so. So Alonso was only trying to change things and you were giving all those kind of reaction. You left the bench and went to the dressing room. I don't know why you value that guy. His attitude is bad.
Also, I understand your point, actually. I understand your point. And to me, I didn't like, the reaction either. But, it's Vinicius, so that's how he mostly reacts to, issues like this. He's not that kind of person that tends to hold on to his emotions and maybe react later. Because personally, I was expecting that maybe after he made those, strange gestures on the pitch when it was signaled to him that he was supposed to be the one to go out. I was expecting that he would hold everything he had, every grudge he had, maybe after the game, or maybe when he goes, because, immediately he left the stadium, he went straight to the dressing room. So I was expecting that maybe, go down there and hit whatever you want. If you want to even break the Real Madrid dressing room, wreck the whole dressing room, but then don't give the media something to talk about.
Something to say, exactly. The coach is already under pressure. The coach is already under pressure. He's trying to win games. And he feels, okay, you're not performing well again. Maybe you're tired or something. Let me put in Rodrigo so that Rodrigo can take your place and continue what we're doing. You are reacting like that. If I were Alonso, I would bench him the next match.
There's tendency that
I'll put him on the bench. He will not start. He will not start against
we are playing Valencia. I feel that we'll see probably Rodrigo starting that match. maybe because of the reaction, try to set the message that I'm in charge, just like you said.
Exactly.
So, but
The coach is in charge, so he
but
can do. He needs to make these players understand that I'm the boss. I'm the
yeah,
boss.
exactly,
So I
exactly.
decide what happens. If anything
Yeah, so
happens and we fail, I take the blame. If they are going to sack somebody, they will sack me. So these players need to understand all these things. This is a team sport.
yeah, just like you said earlier, I think I totally agree with you on that fact because I'm always I'm a football fan, and I'm that type of football fan that I try to look at it, from both sides fairly and all that. I'm always against indiscipline. And I see this as, part of, the indiscipline and all that because the coach, whether you like it or not, is definitely going to try to stamp his authority on the team. He has every right to make a change. If he likes, he can change somebody in the first half. So if he has that right, he's the coach, he's the manager. He knows
Yes.
what's going on. He knows what's. I was even trying to like check the on Twitter to see the in the post-match conference what he's going to say, about the change and everything. He must have seen something, or he must have, observed something, noticed something on the pitch that we didn't see that made him substituted, Vinicius in the 72nd minute or something like that. Even me, I was not really, okay with the sub, but as a manager, his decision is final. He knows better than us. He's on the pitch. He sees things clearly. He has his analysts and everything, so they see things from a more, should I say, a more coachy perspective. So I think he has his reasons for that, and we'll get to hear from him. I think maybe if he has not even spoken about it. So on the general, I think the whole team, if you
But
look at the fact that
that early penalty incident, that early penalty incident, was it a penalty for you?
yes. Me, I seriously, I don't like, talking about this kind of issues, especially you see those offside goals, whether it's an offside, whether it's not offside, whether it's penalty, whether it's not penalty. I just tend to agree with whatever the match officials just determine. Okay, they say that it's a
No, me at
penalty.
first I thought it was a penalty, but when I looked at the replay, I realized that it was a penalty because I think it was this guy that kicked.
Yeah,
Yama
yeah,
put his leg in front, then this guy kicked the leg. So I feel
yeah. So it wasn't really that clear,
some
but you
people
see,
can say otherwise,
yeah,
but to me it wasn't
me,
a
I don't
penalty.
really dwell on all those issues. You see that second penalty, I was shouting on top of my voice because I believe if it was Madrid, the referee will not even go and check VAR. That's just the reality. They will not even check VAR
How
because
sure are you?
there's this,
I'm not sure.
no, there's this rule now. There's this rule that said, if your hand is La Liga we're talking about, if it's in the Champions League, probably we'll get it maybe not even before reviewing or something. There's this rule I think that said if you have a voluntary hand on ground or something like that, a hand that is supporting the player, so automatically his right hand was already on the floor supporting him. So there was no need for his left hand to go up. So I think that one is as clear as anything, the penalty. So and before the penalty, there was this chart that they showed of last three penalties of Mbappe. The one that he missed was the one he played on this same side that he missed. I don't know, maybe you noticed that.
No, I've not
So
seen that. I've not seen that.
I was shouting that Mbappe don't play it through the left. You just play it through the right, whether it's down or up, just play it through the right. And then he just went through the left. And Mbappe's penalty has a pattern. He's not that kind of Ronaldo's penalty where Ronaldo, if he's playing it on the side, he normally looks for the angle, the last angle to play. But
Okay.
Mbappe normally plays it in a kind of not directly in the middle and not directly on the left side. So he plays it like intermediary between the middle and the left side. So and it's easier for keepers to kind of block the penalty or something. So just like I said earlier, the first half was okay for me, very very okay for me. Would have scored, and even in the second half, Kamavinga was okay, but he was too slow for me. He was like too slow for me. He tend to most at times when we have a counter attack, he slows the counter down. And that's why I was screaming when Brian Diaz came. I think we saw a little bit of change in that. So he was kind of slowing the counter for me. We could have had more games, more goals or more chances in the second half.
Yeah, there will be. The commentator said that most times any coach that wins the first Classico of the season wins La Liga. So this year Alonso
Yeah, yeah.
winning La
I
Liga.
heard when he said that.
This year Alonso
I heard
winning La
when he
Liga.
said. So yeah, of course, because the signs are already there. You know, there's one thing about La Liga, or let me say league performances in general, that people are not, tend to then they don't look at. See, if you like, lose two El Clasicos, lose to Atletico Madrid, lose to maybe who is the next top team, maybe Villarreal or Athletic Bilbao. There's tendency that you can still win the league. So there are some matches that really matters when you want to win the league. You see those small matches, Valencia, Osasuna, those teams, those are the ones that win you leagues. And if you look at last season, we're fumbling. You know, sometimes when we're playing Osasuna, we'll play draw or they win us. We'll be playing 1-0. Towards the ending of the game, they'll score quick 2 goals and they'll win us or we'll play draw. And that was what made us to lose that league last season. I think Barcelona won the league with 4 points last season. As bad as we were, they won the league with 4 points. So, and this is not, yes, the El Clasico is there for you to win for bragging rights.
Yeah.
We are all agree to that. And it will also help you to win the league. But I think in no way winning those other games, those other, 19 other teams, or should I say 14 or 15 other teams, is what will win you the league. And if Alonso continues like this, finding a way to win, regardless of what the pressure, whether you pack the low block or anything, I think we're going to win the league in the end. So,
All
and
right.
squad rotation matters too. So,
All right, Hamisu, thank you very much for joining me. See
yeah,
you next
thank you.
time.